Hi there. So I hope you can see this well enough. I know it's kind of strange here with the lighting. And I may even back this up just a tad. So welcome to the event. This is our first day of spring cleaning. And so my name's Deb Pouliot. I live here in Berwick, Maine. And I know many of you are out west, whether California, Utah, there's a variety of states involved here. But here in Maine, we're still we have a nor'easter actually coming tomorrow with definite lots of snow we're expecting. So it's still a little chilly here. But we like to call it spring, even though we really don't have a good spring here. It kind of just heads right into mud season. And then we get our nice heat for the summer. But anyway, I've been doing Norwex for this is heading into my 6th year. I've been able to retire early from teaching middle school art for 28 years. I have 3 kiddos and 7 grandkiddos, and life is good. So anyway, that's a little bit about me and where I'm at. Today, though, we're doing windows, screens, and blinds. So what I'm going to show you here, this room actually is kind of like a small living room that I have. I have a main living room over there, but this is where I like to do like reading and stuff. And so I'm gearing up to paint this room. So it's perfect example of needing some deep cleaning before I put the coat of paint on. I've got the ceiling done, but I'd like to get this room really jazzed up before I actually finish painting. So anyway, what I'm going to talk about today is what I think I would just sum it up is I'm going to just show you the household package in action. And the household package is, let me grab this right here. The household package is the window cloth, the Enviro cloth, and the dusting mitt. Now I know they look kind of squirrely. It's because I've got them wet and stuff because I'm ready to demonstrate for you. But I'm also going to do a little bit with the mop too, because I'll show you some neat things that you can do with the mop for windows, believe it or not. So the other thing I'm going to show you a little bit too is with the UPP, the Ultra Power Plus laundry detergent. And that I use that kind of as a basic recipe for a whole bunch of different types of cleaners. The laundry detergent to me is such a versatile tool besides doing laundry. I could not live without it. Some of you have, I don't know if you've seen yet, I'm going to be posting some recipes about different things you can do with laundry detergent, but it's a fun product. At any rate, for windows, I know it sounds kind of obvious. Okay, yeah, use your window cloth, but sometimes your windows, I know here in Maine, we've got some issues. From when coming off of a hard winter, you might have more than just light fingerprints, or like when I'm doing a bathroom mirror, it might just have a little bit of water droplets on the mirror. But for a window cleaning, you can do it different ways. One of the most common questions I get is, well, how many window cloths do I need? And I hope you guys have, at this point, already watched the videos that I previously posted yesterday about body burden, about chemicals and such, but also like why our microfiber is different than something you can go to Target and get. And I really hope you had a chance to watch my raw chicken demo, because I try to explain the microfiber and what also makes it special, and why it is so unique that it can remove bacteria off a surface, and what once junk is in this, if it has backlock, and even the window cloth has backlock in it, and they all have a hanging tag, and it will tell you if it has the backlock in it. That's the silver, microbial silver agent that's within the cloth that self-purifies the cloth. No other cloth literally in the world has that. Norwex holds the patent on that process. At any rate, the window cloth is meant to be used dry. A common question I get is, well, how many window cloths do I need if I'm doing spring cleaning? And my answer is it kind of depends. You know, if you are doing your spring cleaning like my mom did spring cleaning, where she was like on a mission, and, you know, she was doing 20 some odd windows, then I would recommend having 2 of these at least. Because once these start to get damp, then they lose their effectiveness. These are meant to be used dry. They're for polishing. So I like to say purple polish, right? If you're doing, unless you're willing to, let's say when this gets damp and you've got more windows to do and you only have the one, you could pop it in the dryer and get it, going again and then start over. The other thing is when you are cleaning, there's 2 ways of cleaning with it. So like I have a spray bottle here of just water. It says Norwex on it. It's just our spray bottle. But you could get a bottle from the dollar store. It'd be perfectly fine. And you could just literally spray water like that. Take your dry window cloth and just literally clean. And you won't have any, just the freedom of this, I'm always so happy. I'm not using paper towels. I'm not using spray cleaners, and it's streak free. It's just, it's just awesome to me. There you go, done. It's awesome. The other thing too that is really neat to save, if you don't want to get this too wet, and I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to bring this closer. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to tip it down. I'm going to do this bottom window. Can you see this right here? I don't know if you can, but right here, this is a result of grandchildren. I don't know what it is. It could be food. It could be their little sticky fingers. Because normally I have a wagon here with toys for my grandkids. And so this is a product of them, gooping up my windows. And I haven't cleaned it in a while. I just, it doesn't bother me till now. And so, to be honest, when you have something chunky, or if you have pets, I know I have a customer that she has 4 labs, and she has a slider door that goes onto a deck, and she has dog, goopies coming and going on that sliders. And so what I recommended to her, and I actually showed her how she could have her 8-year-old do this because there's no chemicals involved, is to use a folded wet EnviroCloth. And so whenever you have something that's a little bit more substantial, or if you're doing spring cleaning, and here in Maine, these windows are truly dirty because this room also has a fireplace in it, so you've got that residue too. I would recommend a wet EnviroCloth, and just, I can actually feel it pulling the junk off this window. And I'm going to scrub a little bit there. Yep, got it. All right, so I've got all the junk off of that. I don't know if, oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see. Do you see how that's all dirty? Look at that. In the window, it didn't even look that dirty except for that chunky stuff. Okay, and then now I'm just going to take my window cloth, and no streaks at all, no chemicals. That's the other thing too. You don't have to haul all that junk around. Now, to be honest, the other thing that I would do is I would, unclip this, tip the window in, and wash the other side. I definitely would, this is a dirty side now, so I probably would go to another side. So you always flat, I talked about this in the raw chicken demo, always quarter fold this so you have 8 clean sides. When this puppy gets dirty, I will take it to the sink and I'll sprinkle a little bit of UPP or our dish liquid. It will not clog the fibers. Regular dish liquid would clog the fibers because it's got fillers in it, and it has a lot of phosphates and SLS and so forth. Our dish liquid does not. You could use that. I personally love our laundry detergent, so I either keep that in a salt shaker by the sink, or you can do this. This is, I have this water bottle, I have it labeled UPP on here. This has about a half a teaspoon of the laundry soap in it with some water, and I would just take that and spray this down and shush the spokes under the faucet and rinse that out and keep going. So that's how I would do my windows. The other thing I just wanted to show you is if you have a home that has, if you're into dusting your walls, or you have, like this room I had to prepare for painting, so I just went through this. Or if you have tall windows, right, like cathedral windows. In my living room I have some skylights, my other living room I have skylights and such. So if you take the mop, this is what I call the mop on steroids. So our mop is telescopic. I'm going to step this back just a little so you can see me a little bit better on this one. So our mop is telescopic, and what I've done here, and this doesn't look very pretty, but it's really efficient. There's actually, right now this mop is set for figure 8 for floors. However, underneath here, there's a little clip on the mop right here, this little green thing, and when you flick that down, you can hear that lock. All right, what I just did was I flicked that lock down, and so now the head only goes forward and backward. It's not figure 8 for floors. And so now this can go on walls. What I've done here is I've taken a window cloth and I've wrapped it around, like this is the dry mop pad that's on the mop, and we'll be doing more about mop tomorrow. So if you don't understand this yet, you will tomorrow for sure. But this is the dry mop head, and what I did was I took a window cloth and I wrapped it around the dry mop head, and then this is a telescopic handle. And so I can go up super tall and do, you know, if let's say this was a window that I was doing, I could do the window that way. The other thing, I'm just going to deconstruct this a little bit, is if I pop this out to show you how I did this. This is an extra, what do you call it, add-on, I guess you could say, to your mop if you like to do this kind of thing, if you have big things to clean. And these brackets right here, you just clip these on, and they're like pokey holes. I know this is not very technical. These are like pokey holes, and you can put an EnviroCloth on here if you wanted to. You could put, like I did, a window cloth. And you could even just use the mop head if you wanted to on your walls or on your windows if you wanted to. But that just kind of gives something a little bit extra to get to those really tall spaces. The last thing I wanted to show you is I have blinds here. And with my blinds, oh, and I'm going to talk about screens too. It is so cold here. I don't want to really open the windows. But with the screens, before I do my blinds, I'll show you about screens. This is the dusting mitt. So like the window cloth and EnviroCloth are called together. They're called a basic package. But if you add the dusting mitt into it, the three of those together are called your household package. So to me, that should be on your wish list as a household package. Just saying. Because to me, that's 90% of your cleaning in half the time. I usually dust with this, but I'm deep cleaning with it right now, so I'm showing you a different usage for this dusting mitt. I'll tell you a weird, fun usage for the dusting mitt that has nothing to do with spring cleaning, but my daughter, my oldest daughter, has 4 boys. And when they go to the beach, she uses the dust mitt in her beach bag to wipe off beach sand off the kiddos before they get in the car. You can also use it to dry your pets. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. But anyway, I use it for dusting, usually, unless I'm cleaning my screens. If you're cleaning your screens, you can wipe your screens down with a wet dust mitt. And I'll be posting some pictures later to show you how that looks. You know, this time of year, well, it's a little early here in Maine, but you know, come late April, May, we're going to be dealing with pollen, right? And cobwebs and all that junk. We used to power wash our screens. But if you just take a wet dust mitt, this has a significantly bigger pile to it, and you can just wipe your screens, and it will take the pollen right off of it, which is really fun. And it's so much easier than with power washing and popping the screens out and so forth. anyway, that's for cleaning screens. But the next thing I'm going to show you is blinds. So like these are wooden blinds. If these were like plastic blinds, you know, those little skinny white ones, I probably would take them down and pop them in the bathtub and put a little bit of the laundry detergent in there and just soak them for a bit and then rinse them out and hang them to dry. These are wooden ones, so I'm going to clean them in place. And so what I've done here is I've got my dust mitt that's wet, and that's why it doesn't look very fluffy and pretty, but that's why it has this kind of texture to it. It's normally fluffy and pretty when I go to dust with it. But I'm going to actually take my UPP water right here, and I've got the blinds turned up, and literally I'm just going to spray this down like that, and I'm going to take my dust mitt and just wipe them over, and I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'm just going to show you how dirty these are, because they get pretty dirty. And then I'll flip to the other side. Right? And like I said, this room has a fireplace in it and all kinds of stuff. And that's it. Very little scrubbing. The microfiber, you can really feel it pulling all the junk off. And I don't know if you can see the difference. Look how dirty that is, right? And so those are done. I mean, I might go back over because I've been doing this kind of quick because I don't want to have you watch me cleaning all day. But wow, look how dirty that is. So now what I would do is I would take probably my UPP water back to the sink, spray this a little bit, rinse it out, and I'm ready to go for my next one. I have like 6 windows in here. And just clean my blinds that way. How awesome is that? That's so easy. So anyway, that's the blinds. So remember to comment below. Here's the thing, tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to, all the comments that are below, I'll take those people's names and I'll be giving something away tonight. And that'll be our first giveaway. So I'll keep everything in this thread. I'll post some albums before and afters. I'll answer questions, but I'll be watching. So everything will be located in this thread. And then tonight at 9 o'clock, I'll do a drawing from all those comments. If you have pictures, you have cleaning challenges, post them below. And you get double credit for pictures. I love pictures. Okay? So, sorry. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.